As I'm not sure what to make of these early pickups of carries, SVG, but I do kind of favor Tundra just because, well, they've got the better late game, and boy, have they shown they're able to push games to that position.
Is that a subtle flame, or is that?
No, that's not a flame at all.
They know how to win those late game scenarios for sure.
Yeah.
They are very disciplined about it. Perhaps the most disciplined team in the world. Claim I'll make for them.
It's a bold claim.
However, feeding First Blood, not very disciplined.
No.
Goes to BZM.
I mean, that was a 5-man smoke up into your triangle. It's kind of last place you expect to see heroes in general. So,
You know, I was looking at some stats the other day.
Hit me.
No, not those kind of stats.
Okay.
Anyway, I think this is true, but I believe Tundra is the team that does level 1 smokes the least of any team in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it is literally 0% of their games do they level 1 smoke, going back like over a year or something.
Okay, so what is the point of level 1 smokes?
To get First Blood.
To get First Blood?
And
what
vision.
about the vision on the mid ward?
Yeah, and Vision.
Okay.
And then the First Blood off the Vision. Just advantage. Early advantage into the lanes. Skew something. Make some chaos happen. Catch the enemy off guard. Mental advantage. Momentum. Strength. Power. Steam.
Wow, this is rapidly turning into a genie's lamp situation here.
This is a nice First Blood to get. I think this 9 Pango has been hiding a bit. I don't know where it went, but now it's back. I think it was one of the most successful heroes at the TI run they had, and they were getting it second phase. And this hero's pretty strong this patch. But I don't feel like I've been seeing 9 pick it up that much, so I'm kind of happy that Tundra are going back to this. It's just a very stable hero for them. It gives them the kill threat from mid that they really like, while at the same time giving them that hidden scale where they can go into those late games, like you mentioned, and be very confident, because Pango almost always gives you very strong late game with the Ags, the Bash, the Diffusal, the absolute nonsense that is this hero's talents. 5 gauntlets for 33. You know, I was about to mention at the start of this game, I don't see 33 play Underlord often. I'm curious if he has some hidden technology coming up from the pit.
Yeah.
I guess this is it. How many gauntlets are enough for one man? I guess he's got the arms to use it.
Yeah, he does. He's got 6 different appendages.
He's got 6 appendages. One's holding the blade, so the other 5 are free to use the gauntlets of power. The Infinity Stones coming together early for 33.
So as a result, he hits very, very hard on a hero that hits harder as it gets last hits, thanks to the passive. So an interesting idea for sure. Tundra, I mean, they were already a team before they won TI that was known for their very efficient choices in starting items, right?
They like stats.
They
really like
stats.
stats. And I was on like a bus with them at some point, and I heard them talking. They're, oh, you can get +2 stats for the lane. That was the most excited I've ever heard anyone at that tournament. I was like, yeah, you can buy another branch. Like, think of the possibilities with +2 more stats. These guys really like their early stats. And they make it work because their laning's really strong. So when your laning's good, all these little things make a larger impact. Whereas if you're just playing chaotic loose lanes and you're not very disciplined about it, then these early advantages don't compound that easily. But for a team that really, really makes this stuff work, it adds up. And I kind of like the Gauntlet build because reverse anti-mage. So your mana's going to get burned anyway.
Sure.
You may as well just maximize the amount of last hits you can create in terms of that pressure versus the AM who's trying to CS versus you. It's a nice build from 33, and it's already paying dividends, as we can see in that last hit department. 17 and 3 versus the 12 and 0. Those are the gauntlets right there.
I assume after the Vanguard, you're probably going to use 2 of these gauntlets to build a Soul Ring, do you think? Or is that item still just too bad, even in this situation?
I think Soul Ring is okay. I don't think it's a great item, but
because the downside of buying this much is obviously like the cost of selling it, right? You're going to lose a decent chunk of gold, early gold.
You lose a little bit, but let's say you get 2 extra CS out of these gauntlets, you sell them back for half. I mean, you're already 50% of the value.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much for these stats to pay off in a lane.
Pretty much every gauntlet you buy has to get you 2 CS, right? That you wouldn't have gotten otherwise?
Approximately, yeah.
Yeah.
To break even.
Sure.
But of course, it gives you extra HP, gives you some extra strength on the lane, so maybe it pays off in other ways. Maybe you just win a trade. Then you're just ahead. Gauntlet stocks to the moon.
Bye, bye, bye. Taiga's having a bit of a rough one here. As Tundra showing their prowess of laning phase by being able to get the kill on him once, and he's very low for a second time, perhaps.
I'm excited to see what he can do on this Dark Willow. We've seen some really good performances from Dark Willow this tournament. Almost a sleeper hero in my mind. Whenever I see it, I feel like the impact's pretty high, especially if you're in these matchups. European versus European matchup where these two teams know each other, and maybe you feel like the game is going to go late or be a farm fest, as the panel said. I think those are the games where Dark Willow thrives.
Goes Shadow Realm, Snake King still has a chance to be able to get the kill, but the wand goes off. Look at that confidence. Just let Taiga have him. Taiga probably said, you know, I've got it. No problem. I've got some stick charges, and he's going to go ahead, just kill himself on the tier 2 tower, get the full reset. It's already bought out. Very nice.
Efficient use of the early regen. Lands him that extra kill. Free XP for DM. What you want to see on this Primal as well, because in that Primal Terrorblade matchup, you ideally want to kick Terrorblade out of here pretty soon between the 3 and 5, or at least threaten the kill.
Now that's an impressive stat. Highest amount of last hits in 4 minutes. I don't really think of Death Prophet as being a great CSer, so
no,
that's pretty nice.
Is the BZM show back in town? Took the weekend off. Yesterday was rough for them.
It was a little rough, but
looking to strike back. Armis looking for the mid gank. He's got a wolf. Look at the courier.
Can they do enough damage to him? He's getting a Spirit Siphon. Aramis has to be able to break it, stop that heal coming in, but now some separate heals come in. Chu! Oh, he couldn't heal him enough. That last impetus does the trick, and now Chu is probably going to die right alongside his mid laner.
Nice gank. Very beautifully timed. 9 was getting him low, peppering him up, and you come in with that level 2 impetus to get the job done. And meanwhile, Isle TP'd mid. Dark Willow went mid as well. DM left solo top. Tundra abusing all 3 lanes right now. Awesome. Beautiful early support play. Getting the job done.
That combo is always so dangerous in lane. Disruptor plus Terrorblade. Like the overwhelming strength of your meta timing. Naturally, heroes have to run away from it.
I feel like you could say that about Disruptor plus anything at this point.
Maybe.
What carries bad with this hero on lane?
Does
carry Witch
good.
Doctor, I guess.
Yeah, that one didn't work.
Hero just always creates a threat. The second you're in the 2-on-1, you just start right-clicking the dude down the lane, and it's a kill threat right off the bat. That's the power of Glimpse in the current meta. Carry pool definitely loves playing with this hero. Meta, one of the best.
They just go right back to it in the mid lane, though. BZM's like, okay, you guys had your fun with the gank, but now I'm going to get an exorcism that almost solos the mid tower.
That's a lot of damage. He might just man up for it here. Overcharge? How confident is he? Ghosts are going to heal him.
Gonna get some heals.
Oh, decides to leave it outside of deny range. Or is it outside? 9 doesn't.
Oh, 10%.
He does not want to deny it yet.
I mean, nobody really wants to deny their mid tower unless they're absolutely forced to, right?
I kind of agree with this decision. Leave it up because maybe you get a kill off the TPs on the BZM or something. Little glimpse action top. All quiet.
Yuragi is not doing so hot. Look at him on the network chart. Him and DM are both struggling here. And every single time I look at him in the bottom lane, he is getting gone on. Skeeter? Is he going to be okay here? Man, that's just too much magic damage this Primal Beast has to offer. We've seen this matchup. We casted it just like 2 days ago, right? The Primal Beast versus the Terrorblade in lane.
It's that level 5 damage power spike. Just kills Terrorblade. He was so close to being level 6 for Sunder as well. And then that's a huge turnaround for Tundra. So the closest to margins for this OG offlane, but it'll free up some space and get that tier 1 for BZM as well. You should have denied it, son. You should have denied it.
Yeah, maybe you should have.
You're talking about Yuragi's net worth in this game. It's a product of 33 just sitting down here on a hero that doesn't need mana to create the lane pressure through the CS department with the 5 gauntlets. Yep. He has 19 denies, 53 CS. Yuragi's not happy just sitting down there CSing against the giant underlord that is posing this threat. That is something OG want to address, which means they're going to swap lanes up a little bit.
I mean, okay, passively, like statically changing the lanes I think is fine for me, but I don't know if you want to actually like gank and try and kill the Underlord. So how else do you create space for the AM? I guess you give him the mid lane.
Go and fight. You can combine your DP and your Primal Beast and just take the skirmishes if you think you're strong enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do. I thought their Death Prophet was going to head up to that top lane and see if they could kill the Terrorblade and take the tower.
Keep in mind, BZM can TP up there at any point. So him being bottom does not negate that move. It is still a strong possibility. And like you said, you want to create the space for AM because Yuragi, he's getting forced out of areas right now, not having the best of time.
Little attempt there from 9. I mean, he continues to just pepper Yuragi with hit after hit.
They're just letting Snakings to top. This is a lot of XP for Disruptor. Snaking is getting a lot out of this safe lane right now. Level 5.5 with boots and full wand up, just glimpsing DM out of the kill attempts. This is where you almost wish you just bring that DP top and force the tower so you get that fight with all of your early spell damage.
For sure. BZM is going to come back into play here in the mid lane, and they do catch the Enchantress.
This could be the signal to make that
if he could grab 9 here, it would be massive. He's out of mana too, but DM missed the onslaught.
Dying to the skeletons in the river, which denied that double damager.
Oh, that's
a value troll summoner right there. Give him a high five.
Also, it's 10 minutes in. Taiga's pretty under-leveled. Both the supports are level 4 right now, so gonna kind of need to create some space for him. Like a big difference, Tundra have their support just sitting up in this top lane, getting tons of experience. They're not doing the same on the side of OG in this bottom tower, which is now going to die to the Enchantress. So OG playing a lot more around each other, but not getting the kills as a result that they would need.
Or the map efficiency.
No.
These Tundra cores are just farming while you're making these moves with Death Prophet, and you're falling behind. Which means you're going to have to make it up on the Primal Beast somewhere, but I think it has to be kills or a fight. I don't think your farm rate is as good right now, and Tundra are amping up the pressure.
Nice terrorized with the Bedlam going out. Oh, no! He went the wrong direction.
Big ult.
Not enough, though. In fact, 9... Man, you got to feel for Taiga there. I think he thought that the Panka was going to run to the right.
BZM at least cleans 9 up on the backside. If he got out of that, you're going to feel really bad in this early game because that's Yuragi joining the fight with a Mana Void that is just not big enough, and he pays the price on the backside. His game is really shot at this point. He is going to get way outpaced by this Terrorblade. I don't know how you can get him in the fights either because there aren't amazing Mana Void targets in this game for the comeback potential. It's pretty much only the Pango. The Pango often is just rolling through with spell immunity. OG are going to have to create some space for him here. Taiga tries to get a solo kill.
Good coverage there from 33. Because Dark Willow is pretty good at being able to kill Enchantress, but not in that situation. Snaking, level 7. Gets a glimpse on BZM, who had a haste rune. Wanted to make a move with it.
You're getting the ores up on this Underlord. So it's also a question of, do Tundra feel confident to group at some point and take the fight to OG themselves? Either smoke the triangle, try and get a Roche fight going with a meta. Knowing Tundra, they'll probably play it a little slow and just get the farm, push in the lanes, and look for the pickoffs. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. When you have Diffusal already up for 9, your damage is online. The hit squad is coming to hit you.
They're going to knock out Chu with that hit.
And this is how Tundra likes to play. This is when they're very comfortable. They're going to have 2 cores push in lanes. It's going to be the Underlord and the Terrorblade. The hit squad runs around, finds the pickoffs, supports connect between 1 or 2 cores, and they slowly close out your map just through better efficiency. The way you can counteract this is you can meet the hit squad head on with better numbers, or you can stack the hell out of your side of the map, which is another route, though it's often hard to do.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty unreliable, because what's stopping Tundra from stacking as well?
What is stopping them from stacking? The fact that they clear the map too fast.
Kinda.
9 just lurking up here.
Get some good damage on a Chu. With Aramis helping him out. Oh, and the Dark Rift coming in. Actually, they really wanted the Primal Beast. They were ignoring the IO, and they did catch the Primal Beast in that Pit of Malice, but he's certainly too tanky to go down easily.
Gotta keep this gate in mind as well. 33 can join that hit squad at any time without losing the map or lane pressure. And Rally coming through. This is a dead tower very fast.
Look at 33, man. Just
they have
tanking those tower shots like they're nothing.
Still got a couple gauntlets up his sleeve. Double damage in the river. Big rune for 9. This is, I feel like this double damage is a guaranteed team fight when they get the engagement. You gotta dodge this right now if you're OG.
Skeletons are back.
Taiga's TPing up here.
Yeah, I mean, they can't just keep giving away this real estate to Tundra.
Well, Snaking knows. Oh, the skeletons found him. That's just awkward for OG.
He did get off the Shadow Realm first.
They don't know this DD is lurking.
Oh, Taiga barely dies to the last couple of hits there. With the Exorcism out, Aramis is certainly dead. Can they get any more, though? They need way more out of this. But with the Kinetic Field coming up in a second here, and yeah, just no real backup to BZM's push forward.
I thought Tundra were going to be happy taking that fight with the Underlords and OG chasing into them. Double damage on the Pango. Just respecting Exo here. The one big spell for OG that can make a comeback fight happen. Maybe just looking to re-engage now that BZM's lingered. Gotta be careful of these glimpses. Almost had the vision. Of course, the whole time these engagements are happening, Skeeter continues his rampage against the neutrals as he flushes out your jungle, pushes in bottom. It's going to force OG around this map. These IO lineups often do not like being the ones forced into areas of the map. They'd rather be forcing you around and then finding the pickoff. Now you're going to show your Death Prophet mid, and he is in Glimpse territory. Pretty good silence to stall it out.
Kinetic Field keeps him in place with the Rolling Thunder bouncing around. Chu comes in, but he doesn't have relocate. BCM is knocked down to the lower ground, though. That's going to help out, certainly. BKB going out from TM. He's going to start trampling over these heroes. With Skeeter hitting him, he has to get out. He may be magic immune, but the physical damage of the Terrorblade was scary enough. So
and
just BZM who dies.
That should be Roche. That's your meta fight in the river. It's just going to beautifully transition into this objective. Arcane Rune on 9 as well. Prepare for the engagement if OG somehow decide to contest this, but this is non-contestable without Exorcism. The patient gameplay paying off here for Tundra as they continue to build a net worth lead, continue to find the auras on 33, and suddenly Terrorblade joins the brawl. You just don't have the damage to deal with them right now. And Yuragi is still in catch-up mode.
I don't know. This lineup just looks like it's very hard to out-team fight Pango in general. They have the mobility and the catch between Pango and Glimpse. They have the anchored teamfight power of the Underlord.
True.
And they should have the better late game with the Terrorblade. So they got to be able to find an opening somewhere in this, and the relocate is the play, but he grabbed the wrong one. DM did not grab Skeeter there. I'm not even sure if it would have made much of a difference, though, with all of these heroes coming in from Tundra. Even if he did manage to pulverize the real Skeeter, they probably still all would have died. I feel like that move was a move of desperation, and I understand it. I feel like this game...
it's getting out of their control.
Yeah,
they feel the pressure. That is a pressured move for sure. I feel like we have to smoke and kill this Terrorblade because he's out farming us, and we're not comfortable scaling into him right now. If this move lands, it's amazing. This is just a hard move to land. Like you said, even if you land everything on him here, I don't think he dies because the pipe is going to come through.
Yeah.
And the pipe is negating so much of your early damage here. Your support duo does not deal that much versus the illusions, and when there's a bunch of units here to soak up the Dark Willow ult, what other damage are you really providing? Was that a Fist of Rage? Oh my god.
Yeah, not too happy about that.
Smash.
That relocate in.
Those moves can also be okay if you get out. You just create space for aim to split push the rest of the map. That's another route you can go. Just kind of fake the goes. Create opportunity elsewhere. But the glimpse is going to punish you really hard.
Another attempt. But 33 is so hard to kill. Oh my god. Skeeter, like, he hardly took any damage. I feel like 33's HP bar straight up wasn't moving.
Might have healed him. And this is another double damage for 9. Benefit of the map control equals the rune control. Basher online. The early scale items are just coming out here very fast for Tundra, and this is high ground. You have the capability to defend this. Your high ground defense is non-existent for this OG lineup. You're pretty much all single target. You don't even have that Death Prophet BKB. He's 400 off. The mana for BZM does not exist right now. This is a very early Rax. Just good recognition of the position they're in. Aura's online. The 5v5 is not possible here. OG lacked the damage. Punishing another early pick anti-mage. I think this has been a story for this hero the entire tournament.
Oh! Taiga didn't want to go back to the fountain, and he will pay the ultimate price for it. What are we doing on the side of OG? Looks like they're just like playing in triangle and cutting waves. I was wondering what these AM and the Primal Beasts were doing together.
Well, whatever they're doing, it's not helping BZM right now. Continues to get poked. Gonna try and look for the fight on the backside.
Is this all you? Is this what you really want? An Enchantress? Is this all you're gonna get? They actually opened up a portal for Skeeter to be able to come through. Skeeter does not have meta though.
There's Death Prophet BKB.
Yeah.
This has to be your fight.
It has to be, but at the same time, it's not easily theirs. 9 still has that Aegis to work with, and he's being super aggressive with it.
Nice
he's finally going to
glimpse.
go down. The glimpse back onto BZM, catches him inside of the pit. And now the second life of 9. He could chase after these heroes. Taiga, yeah, he was going to die to that shield crash for sure.
Man, what a rough game for OG. I think their lineup just got crazy punished here with the early anti-mage pick. This hero does not do anything into the early aura pushes, which I feel like has been a staple of this meta for a while, which is also why I was kind of questioning how teams are rating this early anti-mage in the current meta, because I think this hero is very punished by the Lycan Beast lineups, the early aura lineups, carries that have good matchups like Ursa, Terrorblade, Troll, that not only can beat him in the late game, but also do the objectives earlier than he can. In theory, you have to make up for a lot of this with just his laning prowess and his ability to join fights with the Mana Void ult that can secure big core kills. If that gets eliminated, I think this pick just got overwhelmingly punished for OG. Reminds me of that game they played yesterday with the early Invoker pick, where EG just had a very good plan versus that Exor Invoker and punished him with a very fast high ground lineup similar. This is a very similar game.
Oh, these bashes.
There's nowhere to go.
Whew. I love that he also used the Rolling Thunder, bumped him and immediately dissolved it. Just went back to the melee hits. Pretty cool.
This guy's a Pango player.
Yeah, he really is. I'm glad to see it back in 9's hands. This hero has been, I feel, very successful for the last year.
Well, this hero's very strong out.
Okay, you got Manta on the AM, and you're gonna need it because this bottom wave is always gonna be pushing into you, so.
The other downside of all these lanes going into OG the whole game, they can't set up anything for this reload. There's just nowhere to do it. And the Terrorblade's not even showing on the wave, so how do you even reload set up on this Terrorblade when he's farming his triangle and pushing 2 lanes in with illusions that your lineup is not super equipped to deal with? Just makes the map a nightmare. That's why this game got closed out so fast. If you let Tundra get away with this level of map control, your chances to win are very low. This is the greatest strength of this team right here.
Yeah, it is kind of curious. Their IO setup, like they've been relocating the Primal Beast. I feel like the Primal Beast is maybe the hero that would set up for you. Maybe instead of a Dark Willow, if you had like one of those melee heroes that runs around and catches things.
Dark Willow's okay at the setup. This game just accelerated way too fast for him.
Yeah.
Can't even get to a single item. That's rough. And now, Tundra looking at another high ground here. Scotty finished for Skeeter. Boots of Bearing for Aramis. And they're just going to go straight on to Yuragi.
Oh,
drag
nice.
it back.
Glimpse back into the Static Storm. The Anti-Mage is dead. DM, meanwhile, he went in to try and stop the Terror Blade as much as possible.
Trying to
but with
burst
his carry is down, it doesn't really matter too much. Maybe
close.
he can actually, Skeeter. No, he gets it off.
Oh, he's under 33.
Yeah, 33, as low as he is, isn't taking any damage. So, GG.
That's the
all
game.
right.
Just took all that bulk from the Underlord, slurped it up.